So I think the key traits that we need to see defining leadership in this time of crisis that we're navigating through are really innovative, fresh ways of viewing the challenges that face us. We need to be shifting from a kind of very short-termist point of view that has been serving business or not serving businesses for the past few decades, and we need to shift to a more long-term thinking, which Paul Polman was talking about earlier, which is great to hear. I'm really thinking about how do we become a part of the solution, and how do we make profit from fixing the issues that we're seeing rather than from continuing to perpetrate the issues that we're seeing.
Compassion and empathy, always. So, we start to look at it socially, and it's about people. Environmentally, it's about the world that we live in, but you've got to have real care behind why you're doing something like this. Otherwise, it's inauthentic and it falls at the first hurdle.
Absolutely, collaboration is got to be the first one. So we've heard a lot about it today, but none of us can do this alone. So we need to see this as pre-competitive. Collaborate with peers, with others in our value chains, and with other industries. We need to engage as much as possible. So everybody needs to understand their role throughout a company and play their part. I think we've got to innovate. So stop thinking traditionally about our business models and our ways of working, and really think about how we can be different businesses in the future in a decarbonised world.
For me personally, I think it would be showing an agile leadership, because I think there is a lot of things in the sectors that I come across that things were always done in a certain way. And I think as we move through this crisis, we really need to show an agile leadership, not just to transition to net zero, but also to transition to our future. And I think that is a very important trait for me to see within companies and leadership boards.
So I think the key traits that will define corporate leaderships are really being courageous and brave in taking climate action. I think with net zero, we're talking about entering an arena, right? And being brave. And, we're talking about 90% deep reduction in emissions. That's going to take time. It's going to take years, and that's okay. So it really is a call for courage for businesses to say, look, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be messy. Sometimes it's going to be 2 steps forwards, 1 step back. But it's all about progress and committing to be courageous, look at new areas of opportunity, progress, development, staying in that arena, and step by step, we will get there. We will conquer this.
In the morning, I spoke about that when we were talking about leadership in this time of crisis and change. And I think the main thing is that as a business leader, we're continuously facing conflicting challenges, right? Whether it's growth and impact, and growth and quality and scale, etc. And the qualities, the basic quality that we need is really being able to keep all stakeholders around the table when we make decisions. And that includes the planet, it includes the people and profit. And that's easier said than done. The reality is, how do you really, as a leader, put systems and tools and mechanisms in place to be able to do that?
I think that key trait has to be courage, because we're treading out into the unknown, and effective leadership needs to be courageous, and we need our leaders to really do that, be courageous.
Some of the core traits and leadership traits that I think will support us in this time of crisis. I was actually at a talk earlier and they were talking about what would the superpowers be, so I'm going to steal them. It would be tenacity, I think was the first one, collaboration, innovation and creativity. So I'm at edie 23 for education, but also networking. I find it's a really great space to meet other women in the space as well, where we laugh, cry together and meet and talk about some of the common challenges.